Hey, Magic friends, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG, and we've got the Saturday League edition of Dominaria coming up first thing on Sunday. So it's pretty good, it's pretty sexy, and let's get into it. We got some good ones to show you, so let's roll. Don't forget to subscribe. Trying to get to 1,000 peeps. All right, first off we have Monstrous. There we go. War Leech. I got there. Black and 3, kicker 1 blue. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, you get to mill 4 cards. It has power and toughness equal to the highest mana value among cards in your graveyard. I feel like this is going to be a thing in Standard. Only because you can play black green, and if you mill over a Titan of Industry and it's a 7/7, this thing's going to be nuts. But then again, it does take 5 mana. However, that's if you want to mill. If you don't want to mill, it doesn't take 5 mana. And this could be just that good. Um, yeah, I got a feeling this is going to find its way into a deck. I could definitely see this in Commander. It's probably too much for any other format, but this could be a standard playable card. I'm just saying. And as far as draft and sealed goes, you better be playing about 5 of these bad boys. God, they're huge. Next, we have Dragon Welt. That's right, it's back. 2 red and 2. Flying, 2/3. For 1 red, Dragon Whelps get +1/+0 to end a turn. If this ability has been activated 4 or more times this turn, sacrifice Dragon Whelp at the beginning of your next end step. Good old Dragon Whelp. I almost wish they had the old picture, but you know what? It's the Dragon Whelp. I'm good with it. It's nice to see it back. Moving on. Next we have Strength of the Coalition. So 1 green, kicker 2 white 2 colorless. For 1 green, basically target creature gets +2/+2, so it's kind of a worse giant growth. Until the end of turn, if the spell was kicked, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Um, 4 mana to pump 1 creature 3/3 in your team +1/+1. Probably only going to be good in draft, unless there's some kind of weird token deck in standard. 1 or 2 of these might be okay, but I just don't think that's going to be a thing. And honestly, in Commander, I think for 4 mana, there's a lot better things you could do for 4 mana than this. So, yeah, it's probably going to be a draft only, if that. Next, we have Yamamaya Iconoclast, whatever the hell that is. Anyway, a green and 1 for a 3/2 elf. Sweet Jesus. Does green need more good stuff? It kicks for 1 red. It already has trample. And if it enters the battlefield and it was kicked, it gets +1/+1 and haste. So for 3 mana, you get a 4/3 trampling haster. This is stupid. This is way too good. So this is going to be played in draft. This is going to be played in standard. Hell, this might get played in modern because it has haste and a 3/2 for 2. Definitely probably be played in Pioneer. Plus, it's an elf. For the love of God, it's an elf. Goes in elf decks. Anyway, moving on. Next we have Protect the Negotiators. Blue and 1, instant, kicker a white. So if the spell was kicked, you get to create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Alright, so 1 white for a 1/1. Counter target spell lets its controller pays 1 colorless for each creature you control. Alright, so this is a really bad mana leak. Unless you've got dudes. I'm sure this probably has a purpose. Probably will be pretty good in draft and sealed. Not gonna lie. The bad thing about this, you can't just make a guy. You have to have a spell to counter to do it. Late game, this could be very bad for you. But this feels like a win more card. If you already have dudes on the battlefield, and they're trying to lay some big nappy or something to stop you, you're just still winning. So, I don't know. That's just how this feels. Moving on. Next, we have Tori Deviant, the Fury Rider. So for a white, 2 red, and 1, you get a 3/3 with Vigilance and Trample. Vigilample. But anyway, seems alright, but what does it do? So, whenever he attacks, all other attacking creatures you control get +1/+1 to end a turn. Not bad. Other red attacking creatures you control gain Trample. Okay. Untap each other white attacking creature. Oh, so you give them Vigilance. Interesting. This could be good in a deck that's going to keep it alive, for one, because this thing's going to immediately get a lightning bolt or killed in some way, shape, or form, or snap blocked. But with that said, be really good in a token deck. This might see some standard play. Probably definitely good enough for sealed. And maybe commander, depending on kind of weirdness you're running. You might want to put this little fella in there. All right, next. We have Plaza of Heroes. All right, so we actually have a different rare land. Tap it, add one colorless. Okay? Tap it, add one mana of any color. Spend this only to cast a legendary spell. That seems really good. Tap it, add one mana of any color among legendary permanents you control. That seems even better. 3 and tap, exile Plaza of Heroes. Target legendary creature gains hexproof and indestructible to end of turn. Sweet Mother of God. If you're playing a legendary deck, you're going to be playing 4 of these. Because not only will it cast your legendary stuff for free, it then makes colored mana of the legendary stuff. I believe this is going to be a new include for all commander decks. Get it? Legendary? Ba-dum-bum. Anyway, yeah, I think this is easily going to be a $5 to $10 rare once people realize how good it is. I think this has way too much going for it. This is amazing. So, moving on to the other absurdness. We have the Kelvin Flame Sage. So for a red and 2, you get a 2/3 with Enlist. If you guys don't remember, Enlist is when you attack with a creature, you may tap a non-attacking, no summoning sickness creature and add to its power. So what that means is when this thing's attacked, you look at the top X card of your library where X is his power, and it has Enlist. Pretty good. You may exile an instant sorcery card with a mana value X or less from among them. Put the rest on the bottom in a random order. You may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. Oh, sweet Mother of God. So this thing, if you've got another 2/2 in your little wingy deck, you're going to start thumbing through about 4 cards a turn and casting stuff for free. Ugh. This is probably going to have some shenanigans in Standard. Pretty good in Draft. And if you guys in Commander ain't thinking this is going to be a good card, you are sadly mistaken. This thing's going to be bonkers. So, yeah, this is probably easily going to be a $5 card, I think. Unless people don't like it, then it could easily be a bulk rare, but I think it's got potential, especially since it's got in the list. Man, oh man. Alright, moving on. Next we have, it's Karn, Daddy. Welcome to the Karn Father has arrived. So we have Karn. 4 colorless for a 4 loyalty planeswalker, Karn the Living Legacy. +1, create a tapped Power Stone token. It's an artifact that adds 1 colorless mana. This mana can't be spent to cast a non-artifact spell. That kind of sucks. But, yeah, still, Power Stones, stuff. We could probably easily do an artifact thing. -1, pay any amount of mana. Look at that many cards from the top of your library. Then put one of those cards into your hand, the rest on the bottom of the library in a random order. That is disgusting. If you lay this for 4 and you pay 1, -1, and tap all 4 mana, and you get to mill through 4 or 5 cards in your deck. Yeah, not to mention, I'm pretty sure the Power Stones can be used for that because you're not casting, which is even more disgusting. And if you get them up to an ultimate, which is -7, you get an emblem that says tap an untapped artifact you control. This emblem deals 1 damage to any target. So even if the Power Stones don't work, if you get 3 Power Stones on the battlefield, get him up to 7, and then you sacrifice him, you're bolting everything and anything you want. This thing seems amazing. The Karn Father is back. He's not as powerful as he's used to being, and everybody's, not going to lie, a little upset because he's not as powerful. But I think what they're not realizing is this card, in my opinion, is dumb powerful. If you're playing 4 of these and you end up with 5 or 6 Power Stones out and they keep killing your Karn, all it's going to take is you to get 1 Karn out and -7 it. And then the game's over because nothing's going to live anymore. Especially if you already have artifacts on the battlefield that you can tap anyway, like Mana Rocks, or God knows what else. Mana Vault. I don't know. There's tons of stuff. and it's just going to be bad. I think this Karn is going to be a very sought after card, worth a lot of money. It's going to see standard play. It's going to be amazing and limited. Sweet mother of God. Commander players are going to want it. This may even, for things like, uh, Affinity or whatever, which have actually waned in popularity, this may come into one of those decks. Heck, this could actually go into the Legacy deck that's been using that one artifact that lets you cast artifacts from the top of your deck or whatever. Yeah, I think this has lots of powerful effects. I think it's going to be great. I think this is easily a $20-$30 planeswalker, whether people realize that now or not. All right, so with that said, guys, that is the last of our spoilers for the day. We've got a short Saturday, so thanks for watching. And as always, remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, comments down below, feed that YouTube algorithm. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so please sub up. If you've done everything you can to subscribe, I want to thank you now. Also, if you want to do more to help out, links in the description. eBay store, Patreon. The eBay store's got tons of cool stuff to sell. There's my email. Reach out and say, hey. And as always, guys, until next time, be kind, and I can't wait to see you across from the game table.